I would like to welcome you all in the lecture series of Python programming. In this video, I am going to discuss one of the most important concepts in Python programming, that is exception handling. What do you mean by exception handling in Python? How exception handling statement helps to continue for a particular program without making any disruptions. So let's consider the importance of exception handling. The exceptions are unexpected events that can disrupt the normal flow of the program. Obviously, for example, 1 by 0. Okay, 1 by 0 is not defined. We can say that 1 by 0 is not defined. Okay, suppose, unfortunately, if I'm using such kind of manipulations, I should not get error. I should get a message like it's not defined, something like that I should get. And the program should be continued without any disruptions or without any normal flow. For that purpose, we are using exception handling statements in Python, which makes the program more robust. Exception handling in Python is a mechanism that allows you to handle and manage errors and exceptions that may occur during the execution of your code. Otherwise, entire program is getting stuck because of these kind of issues. For example, 0 by 0. What about 0 by 0? That is another issue, correct? Then Python provides a robust exception handling framework to help you deal with these unexpected situations, and you can overcome or you can maintain the continuity of the program. That is the importance of exception handling. I think it's clear to everybody. Okay. So without exception handling, we cannot make the program flexible. The program should be so flexible. That is why we can say that Python can be used for machine learning purpose, machine learning and various deep learning applications. So moving on to the discussion. It is very important to handle exceptions effectively in your code, make it more robust to provide informative error messages. User should get a message that 1 by 0, it's not defined, something like that. User should get a message. That means because of the error, it should not stuck actually. Okay, it should be continued such a way that user should get a appropriate messages. Okay, that is not existing or something like that. If you can also log exceptions to help with the debugging and monitoring, it will be really helpful for like monitoring and debugging. These are the advantages of exception handling. Now we will discuss about how to make the exception handling in Python. Okay. So we have the following statements. As you can observe, we have the following statement. First one is called a try statement, except statement, else, finally. These are the most important exception handling statement which is used in Python programming. So if necessary, we'll discuss brief information about individual statements. So what is the importance of try statement? Try. Okay, try. Why we require try? Yes. The try block, you place a code that you expect might arise an exception. It's just like you can put a particular block, we can like have an exception. It provides suitable exception if you provide the try. Now I am going to discuss about the except. The except block, you specify what do you when a specific exception occur. If you require a specific exception, you can use the statement called exception. Also, like if it is like a multiple exception condition are occurring, you can use except statement. If I talk about the else statement, you might have studied about the conditional statement, if else statement. Okay, else means the second condition. Like else block is an optional when executed if no exception occur. So last condition, we can call like that. Finally, block is also an optional and executed regardless whether an exception occur or not. It is generally used for clean up the code. That's the major purpose of finally clean up the code. Also closing of the file or network connection. These are the major purpose of using finally. So these exception handling statement makes the things more robust, makes the program more robust, and it makes the maintain the flexibility and the normal flow of the program. If necessary, you can use the exception handling statement in some program. You can see here, we are using a try statement. Then result 10 by 0. This will raise a 0 division error. Sometimes you'll be getting a message like a 0 division error because it's not defined. Similarly, we can have like a except 0 division error. We need to handle except 0 division error. Okay. So print, you cannot divide by 0. We can print the particular message. Similarly, you can make a short form of like except as E. That also can be done. Similarly, else division was successful. This block is executed if no exception occur. Division was successful, like that. Okay, you can put a different statement. Finally, the main thing is that clean up the code or come out of the program. Finally, block is executed. That means it returns the value. So these are the exception handling statement. You can see like displaying the message, you cannot divide by 0. That means you will be getting a 0 division error. Finally, block is executed. It returns the result. Okay. So this is regarding the exception handling statement. You can go through the theory part. Here I have written the general idea about the exception handling statement. Just for your reference, you can go through once. Okay. So moving on to the further discussion. I just wanted to convince you that what is exception handling statement, and I could explain with the help of a simple example. So we have one more simple program for explaining the exception handling statement. That means guessing the number, because for example, a game. It's a game actually. We can use exception handling statement. First of all, we require a module called a random module, because some these kind of puzzles and game we require one library function called random. So first of all, you have to create a user-defined function. Okay, in this fashion. Later, you need to create the range. That means 1 and 0. I need to assume a number. I need to, it's a play or it's a game like assuming 1 and number. And it gives so many clues based on finally it reaches the answer. Okay, assuming the number and finally reaching to the particular, like a particular number. So initially attempt, we are making 0. There is no attempt. Okay, and creating a while loop. Inside you are putting the try block. Okay, it's an exception handling statement. So inside the while loop, you are asking the user to enter the number between 1 and 100. So attempts will be like there is a how many attempts we are going to count. That's why we are using like attempts plus equal to 1. So first of all, attempt 1, then attempt 2, attempt 3, until unless you reach the particular unknown number. Unknown number will be identified by the program. Correct. So next you are providing a conditional statement. If the guess is equal to secret number, print congratulations. You will be getting immediately. If I put suppose if the number is 5, then if 5 is correct means I'll be getting the congratulations message. Otherwise, I can go for like a elif statement. Okay, guess like a guess is less than secret number. Then try higher number. Else print try lower number. Two condition. It's mainly used for like a two-way branching statements. Similarly, accept value errors. Sometimes if I put like a decimal value, okay, 0.8. So see 3.2. Like that, if I put a decimal value, I should get like a value error. It should not disrupt the program or it should not interrupt the program. You should get a message like a value error. I should try for like a integer value. Similarly, print enter the valid number. So this is the way we can use to identify the unknown number between 0 and 1. Ultimately, the program help you to identify which is the guessing number or which is the unknown number. Okay, based on the clue. Fine. So you have to keep on entry. Ultimately, you will be getting like the unknown number with how many number of attempts. Okay, some exceptions also you can able to obtain. So the algorithm of this program is given below. You can just go through that. We are importing the random module, creating the range, using the while, then you are using the input to receive the input from the user, compare the player's guess. Okay, you can use the if statement, like whether the guess is correct, whether the assumed number is more or less, we will be getting the message. It's a clue, it's a guess. Then you are supposed to use the break to come out of the program. Then as error exception. Sometimes if I put like a decimal value, you should get like error messages. This is another program you can practice once. You can type the same thing in your Python 3 interpreter and you will be getting the output. Like assuming the number between 1 and 10. Same logic is used here. Even we are using the exception handling statement also. So in this video, I have discussed about what is the meaning of exception handling statement. So why exception handling statement is required in Python programming. So based upon that, we discussed that there are 4 types of exception handling statements. It will be really helpful to make the Python programming robust as well as it maintains the flow of the program. So that's all about the session. We have made a brief summary about like the exception handling statement. Let me know if you have any severe doubt regarding this particular topic. Kindly let me know. I request everybody to practice the program so that you will be having a better idea. Happy learning. Have a great day.